This morning on Erie News Now, severe weather concerns in our area as a storm system that brought deadly tornadoes to Iowa heads our way. Yeah, as the First Warning Weather Team tracks it all. We're live with a look at how family-friendly spots here at home deal with that severe weather threat.
Plus, we go live to detail the struggles of a local couple trying for months to get the permits they need to grow their business. We'll find out about their effort to get some help from elected officials today.
And we're looking ahead to today's visit to Erie by a group looking to drum up support for Ukraine and its ongoing war with Russia. We'll find out how they're hoping to use this trip to Erie to deliver a message about the war's impact on their homeland.
It's all coming up on this Wednesday, May 22nd edition of Erie News Now Sunrise.
With coverage you can count on, welcome to Erie News Now Sunrise.
And we'll start you off with a live look at the Bayfront, the Bicentennial Tower, from our camera up at Oliver's Rooftop Restaurant as we head into what could be a stormy midweek Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. Mark Soliday, Traci, Teduhope, meteorologist Dakota Hunter. Quiet down along the Bayfront right now, but that may not be the case a little bit later on today.
Quiet and very warm. I think it was 73 degrees as I was roaming in this
76 is our current temperature.
76 now.
76.
Wow.
So, yes. So it's another mild start out there, but as we head into the afternoon, things are going to be changing. We are under a weather alert day for the potential for, again, some of those storms that are going to come in through this afternoon. Could be a bit on the stronger side. So, again, we were under that, the weather aware day yesterday. We upped it to an alert day because that potential for severe storms remains. So again, as I said, the weather alert day is for the potential for some severe weather, and it's mainly going to be heavy rain, some gusty winds, and some hail. I do want to point out here, there is a low-end tornado threat, but it's relatively low. So I don't think we're going to deal with a lot of that today, if any of it. But again, we just want to give you the heads up that there will be some storms moving in through the afternoon. 75 here, so we dropped 1 degree as of the last time I checked this, but you can see the weather impact going to yellow to red as we go into the afternoon. That's as those storms arrive. Nothing showing up here on Doppler Max. It's a quiet start to the day, but you know, this is one of those days where you really would not think severe weather would be occurring into the afternoon. 70s near the lakeshore, 60s inland, mild start. That south wind continuing to pump in that warm, moist air. Showers and storms arrive around noon hour today. Some of them could pack a punch. We'll time it all out with First Warning Weather Futurecast coming up in just a few.
Weather-topping news on this weather alert day. We're waking up early to millions of Americans under the threat of severe storms on this Wednesday.
And that's after multiple people were killed in Iowa. Tornadoes ripped through the state overnight. Jared Hill has the very latest.
That's a big tornado.
Severe storms spawned a deadly tornado outbreak in Iowa. Twisters took down large wind turbines, snapping some nearly in half, sparking a fire that sent black smoke billowing into the air. The town of Greenfield, about an hour west of the state's capital, Des Moines, is reeling after a tornado tore through homes and businesses.
This tornado has devastated a good portion of this town and community.
Iowa State Police say multiple people were killed and at least a dozen injured.
The Greenfield community has a long road ahead of them, but if their actions today are any indication of what lies ahead, they will emerge stronger and more united than ever.
Storms in Minnesota split trees while heavy rain flooded roads, leaving some cars stranded. In Nebraska, flash floods left streets, cornfields, and some homes submerged.
It was so much water.
Traci Dunn in Omaha says she doesn't have anything left.
I lost everything. I got everything.
Now, as the storms move east, the National Weather Service is warning more communities will likely face heavy rain and possibly tornadoes.
And as Dakota mentioned, those storms are headed our way, perhaps by this afternoon. Just not great timing for a lot of the field trips that are planned on what, you know, is starting off as a pretty nice day.
I know. Erie News Now's Jacob Brooks is live at our Erie Zoo. It's one of the places where there will be a lot of kids and teachers. Good morning, Jacob.
Yeah, it's going to be their busiest week of their busiest month for field trips, the zoo officials say. They have about 4 to 5 different schools that are going to be here today, and the zoo says they have a plan in case the weather gets bad. The zoo does severe weather drills throughout the year. This makes sure they're ready if storms or any bad weather comes.
It can be everything from snowstorms to tornadoes to floods. We do a different kind of drill for each of those.
While weather-related closures are rare, Scott says, they have happened.
We did close several times last year because of air quality, which was a whole nother issue.
If a severe storm hits, they'll take people inside to buildings across the zoo. As for the animals, zookeepers take the smaller ones in crates. They'll try to move the bigger animals to a bedroom off their exhibit.
Like the leopards and lynx and tiger, those buildings that they're in are really, really well built.
If the zookeepers can't get them to move on their own, they'll use what's called a recall system.
There's special words that are said or special noises that are used, and then they get a very, 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 very special treat when they only get in a recall because it's an emergency.
But some animals don't need moved. They're already inside because they could sense the storms were coming.
Oftentimes, like the llamas and alpacas will go inside their building. Sometimes the cats will react a little bit, but most of them know it's coming before we do.
Well, another place that's going to be busy today is UPMC Park. The Seawolves are having their education game a little bit later on. It's a sold-out crowd of about 4,000. Their assistant GM said they're not really concerned about the weather. They're more focusing on the game. So lots to watch today. We'll keep you updated throughout the day. Live outside the Erie Zoo, I'm Jacob Brooks, Erie News Now.
Thank you for that, Jacob. Closing arguments and jury deliberations are expected to begin next week after the defense rested in Donald Trump's so-called hush money trial.
Now, the end of the defense's case came after more testimony from defense witness Robert Costello, who had been reprimanded by the judge for his behavior on the stand back on Monday. Despite his stated willingness to do so, the former president did not testify. Trump facing 34 counts of felony counts of falsifying business records. Of course, the presumptive Republican nominee denies any wrongdoing, maintains the trial is politically motivated.
A few weeks ago, Erie News Now first brought you the story of Jim Schaefer, a local commercial fisherman struggling to open a fresh fish market here in Mill Creek.
Yeah, Jim walked us through some of the hurdles he said he was facing as he dealt with a group called Building Inspecting Underwriters, trying to approve his plans for that building out in Mill Creek. And this morning we're learning he's not the only one with that same sort of story.
Yeah, it's all focus of a public meeting today happening in Fairview, and that's where we find Erie News Now's Megan Solensky live with the very latest. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. Well, Mark, Traci, first was a fish market, now a greenhouse. I'm here at Fairview Township, where there will be a public hearing today to help Stroh's Greenhouse through that BIU process. I spoke with Sam Gilbert and his wife, Erin, who own Stroh's Greenhouse out in West Springfield. And after several years of success, they said that they're looking to expand their business into Fairview. The couple submitted plans back in October for a foundation permit with building inspection underwriters. This morning, concrete still has yet to be poured at that location. Well, today, Fairview Township will facilitate a meeting between the Gilberts and BIU.
People deserve a choice, or at minimum, if the building inspection underwriters are going to take the public contract to be the sole provider of the services, they should be expected to uphold specific timelines for their reviews so that people aren't left guessing.
I again reached out to the BIU for comment on this, and they have declined or have yet to get back to me. I also am talking with the contractors and the architects on Gilbert's project, and we'll keep you updated. This is a developing story, and we'll keep you updated on exactly what goes on here in Fairview Township later today. From the Township Building, Megan Solensky, Erie News Now.
All right, thanks to Megan for that one. The effort to revitalize a busy stretch of road here in Erie is in focus for local officials.
Yeah, it's called the 12th Street Reimagined Project, and the public got to engage with the local leaders to let them know what they'd like to see going forward. Erie News Now's Philip Ward reports.
As the city of Erie continues with their 12th Street Reimagined project, the public got to engage with leaders and let them know what they would like to see going forward. City of Erie Director of Planning and Neighborhood Resources Jackie Spry says one of the main focuses of the project is making improvements
to traffic, to safety, to aesthetics and beautification of this important corridor.
One of the community members listening to the presentation was Dave Forrest, who says he wants to see an attractive design that brings in both business and tourism.
An attractive gateway into the downtown supports existing manufacturing, maybe grows existing manufacturing, but also provides an opportunity for other uses that folks are looking for in an urban environment.
Erie Mayor Joe Schember used to work on 12th Street, but now says making these improvements to the area is important because the work environment has changed.
The type of businesses that used to be on 12th Street, like the one I did, don't exist anymore. That's all automated now. You don't have human beings doing it. So it's a big change, but we're headed in the right direction.
Having more development come to the city of Erie is something that City Council President Jasmine Flores says is inspiring to see.
And also encouraging for us young people who want to stay in the city and build in the city, that, you know, the city is starting to move in the direction that we've been hoping for, at least my whole life. So I'm optimistic and hopeful that we're going to be getting a lot of investment in the next 5 to 10 years.
Philip Ward, Erie News Now.
And we are counting down to Memorial Day. A group of local volunteers spending the time leading up to the holiday displaying American flags at Wintergreen Gorge Cemetery.
And of course, it is all to honor the members of the military who died in the line of duty as we count down to Memorial Day on Monday. The volunteers here are part of the American Legion. They purchased and placed over 2,500 flags at Wintergreen Gorge Cemetery. Of course, one for each fallen veteran buried there. It's an annual event that the volunteers say they look forward to each and every year, remembering and honoring those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom.
I think it means an awful lot. It takes time for everybody to come out. A lot of people have taken time off of work to come out here today to make sure that this field is decorated for Memorial Day, to make sure that the families and the people and of the loved ones have the time to recognize what they've done.
Great effort there. And after Memorial Day, plans call for the Boy Scouts to go there, remove and properly dispose of all those planted flags. Yeah, it is a weather alert day as we look at that possibility of some at least heavy rain rolling through the area later on today.
Yeah, a little misleading this morning. It's calm, it's warm and comfortable outside.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of those mornings where you kind of look at it and you kind of go, what kind of a severe weather threat are you talking about? Because it's quiet and we've got clear skies, but yeah, the atmosphere is going to get primed as we head into the afternoon. So school bus stop forecast out here as we get the kids up close to the end of the school year for many. 74 at 7 a.m. So another mild start out here. But as we head into the afternoon, those showers and thunder showers are going to be moving on in. And yeah, by the time the kids are coming on home, we're likely going to be dealing with some showers and storms across the region. Some of them, again, could be a bit on the stronger side. So that's the reason for our weather alert day, is because, again, those storms could be a bit onto the gustier side through the afternoon. 75 right now here in the city, 70 out into Girard and also in Conneaut, 63 into Teduhope, 64 Warren. So we're starting the day mild. You can see those showers and storms arrive around noon hour. Some of them could pack a punch, but Memorial Day weekend looking pretty decent, all things considered. We'll give you that coming up in just a few minutes, so don't go away.
Thanks, Dakota. Coming up, a nationwide tour making its stop in Erie today. We'll find out more about the whistle stops for Ukraine after the break here on Erie News Now Sunrise.
Do you have a story that needs investigating? Corruption, injustice, an investigative look? Head to ErieNewsNow.com and submit your story to our investigators. It's local investigative coverage you can count on. Latest news at your fingertips. ErieNewsNow.com.